What's up, guys? This your boy James, aka 68J, coming to you on this Tuesday. And we got one hell of a show for you guys today. I look up and who do I see? Only the most amazing people in all of crypto hanging out with me. Your boy James, aka 68J, welcomes my brother, Silver Dave's XRP in the house. We got DCA Crypto Dave. Hustle hard in crypto. What's up, my man? Good to see you. Lloyd in the house. X-Lloyd to be exact. Community. Best community on planet Earth. EARF. You damn straight. X-Lloyd knows that's my man right there. Pots and pans. Niall Contrell is in the house. How's it? Cottrell is in the house. Good to see you, Niall. If you guys don't know who Niall is, he's actually one of the guys over at him and Rob over at IMUTV, where our stream is now not only live here on YouTube, live on X, but also live on IMUTV, which means you can access it through Roku TV, Fire Stick TV, and soon coming Apple TV. Really, really excited to be partnering up with those guys. Who else we got up in here? Reverend, the man, the myth, Richard Duffy. What's up, Rev? Huh? Rev, I need to pray for me, Rev. Lord, this damn coffee, huh? Rev, I've known you for a long time. And I know you've never seen me drink coffee live like this. I apologize. And the reason I apologize is because it's liquid crack. It has to be. There's only one thing in this world can make you feel like that. I don't know. I've never done crack, but if I could think of, what it would taste like, it'd be like that damn Vietnamese coffee. Prayers, Reverend Rich. Much love to you. Shouts out to you, the wife, the kids, the fam. That's my man, Pots and Pans. Me and Rev go way, way back. And back in my days of doing the speaking and traveling the world speaking and all that stuff, being on some of the biggest stages, Reverend Richard Duffy was actually a part of some of those things that I did and was able to witness me on stage and do my thing. So I appreciate you being here, my brother, a longtime friend. Just Us K's in the house. We got Meredith is in the house. Good to see you. Now, guys, we got one hell of a show. Thank you to the 60-plus people that already tuned in, not just on YouTube, but on X as well. I appreciate you guys. We're in for a hell of a ride, guys, as we're going to be talking about, is it possible, Edward Fonlowski, good to see you, my brother. Make sure you smash the like, hit the subscribe and notification bell. Is it possible for XRP to get to $15,000 to $22,000? Now, guys, look, don't take it from me. Take it from people who are in the financial sector, people who are attorneys, people who are financial advisors, or not financial advisors to you, but that's their realm, or that's what they do. They actually came up with the VTHO capital evaluation. Extremely brilliant guys, have been featured in the documentary. Matter of fact, I think he's the main headline in Rig from the Start. Jimmy Valley is who I'm talking about. Very, very smart guy. Been around for a long time. This guy, when you talk about dot your I's and cross your T's, this guy is just next level. And if you watch Rig from the Start, man, I'm telling you, I watch that thing so many times, and every time I watch it, I see something different. Well, if you look at the investigative work that was gone into Operation Choke Point 2.0, Ripple, XRP, the SEC, and all the different documentation, all that stuff ran through Jimmy Valley or John Deaton. So these guys had access to all this stuff. So Jimmy Valley is who has been on my show several times. He came back and did the reevaluation, like the reunion of the VTHO evaluation, and we're going to share some stuff with you guys today, where he says, hey, 15 to 22,000 by 2030, and there's some numbers in between. He has some very smaller numbers in it, like $20-$30 as well. But he kind of go him and the panel, which is Molly Elmore, Max Avery, which is connected to Jake Claver and everything they're doing over at Digital Wealth Partners and Digital Essential Group. So Zarag out of India, and then my man Dion out of South Africa. So a phenomenal panel. We're going to be sharing some of that and much, much more. Let's get right into it. Liz Herrera's in the house. Good to see you, Liz. That's my sister. Tiffany Serrano says, I have a new business and have calls every day at 2, but, hold on, what did it say? Every day at 2, but I'm catching replays. Oh, thank you, sis. I appreciate you in a major way. Thank you so much. And shouts out and congratulations on your new business. That's amazing being an entrepreneur. Shouts out to World Be Free, my sister. They killed it yesterday. Now, I was actually hanging out with my wife and my son when they went live, but I know they were out there doing their thing. The Digital Ladies of Crypto, absolutely smashing it. I'll probably, if I could pull that up somewhere during the stream, I'll do that. Mike O in the house. What's up, Mike O? That's my best boy, if y'all didn't know. All right, let's get right into it, guys. Right now, market cap, $3.86 trillion. Bitcoin, 111,248. We got Ethereum right now at $4,200, down just a tad bit. XRP got up to 303, 302, but you know how it is. Every time you see a little light, Every time you get a little optimism going in in the market, Bitcoin starts to trip. And when it trips, it dips. And when it dips, we dip just like that because we're still very tied into what Bitcoin does. And that's okay. BNB right now, 875. Guys, we've got a Solana right now at 216. Dogecoin at 24 cents. TRX right now coming in at 33 cents. ADA, 86 cents. We got Link right now at 22.98. SUI coming in at 345. XLM at 37 cents. HBAR coming in at 22 cents. Guys, Litecoin still, back to number 21. Okay, I see you made some improvement. Let me stop. Crow, you didn't know, at 25 cents. Toncoin right now at 309. Shiba, 4 zeros and a 1. We got Polkadot at 408, guys. We got Uniswap right now at 947. Let's see what else we got in here. Pepe right now. Grato zeros in uno. For those of you guys speak Spanish as well as I do. It's down just a little bit. Poquito. Let me stop. We got WorldCoin right now at 181, guys. What do we got in here? Let's see. We're going to run through this because we got a lot to talk about. Matic right now at 26 cents. VeChain is a big deal at 2 cents. By the way, guys, always remember nothing we talk about on this show. From myself, 68J, Crypto for Life, Chicago Coin, XRP, anything that we talk about, nothing should ever be considered or deemed financial advice. For I am not a financial advisor. My name is James, a.k.a. 68J. Been in crypto since 2017. My God. Doesn't even seem that long. I was talking to a few people this last day. Had some really good conversations. Shouts out to, actually talked to Echo today. Shouts out to my man Echo. Shouts out to Mickle, shouts out to Jake Claver. Had some conversation with them the last couple of days, and actually got a call today with my man. Actually, sometime after the show, Zach Rector, gonna be talking with him and hanging out and all that good stuff, talking about just some things going on in the market. But again, guys, and by the way, we started the show about 2 years and 10 months ago. Been a lot of fun. We're a small knit community. We like it that way because we have the greatest family on planet Earth. EARF. You damn straight. Let's keep it going. Algo right now is at 23 cents, guys. We've got Sky. What the hell is that? Sky is at 7 cents. Trump coin still down about $60-something. Good Lord. Flare, don't you dare sleep on Flare at 2 cents, guys. We got XTC at 7 cents. Optimism, we got a whole lot of it. Why? Huh? And it's so funny. I was talking to Mickle about this about an hour or so ago. How there's never been a more exciting time than right now in crypto. There's never been a more exciting where you just walk outside and it's like, right? It's not even sexy to talk bad about crypto. Now, you still got some people like Litecoin community, Bitcoin maxis, trying to throw a little shade, trying to throw a little 1-2 combination of XRP. But look, you can't beat somebody look, think about the fact that you got all these little people, these tribal people trying to talk crap. Even Litecoin, bro, we beat the SEC. We beat the SEC. We're 6-0 against the SEC and all those haters. Huh? Come on, man. We ain't worried about none of that. Oh, Lord. Let me just keep going. I'm going to get off track. And then I'm going to be trying to speed it in because I ran out of time. All right, GRT right now at 9 cents. By the way, all I was saying is I couldn't think of a greater time. This is what me and Mick were talking about. This is the most amazing time ever to wake up and know that you made the right decision. This is the most amazing time ever to know that you were right. You, all of you guys that are here, were right. All that hating, all that phone calls ignoring, people not listening. What are you doing? You're going to lose everything. The hottest thing in this country, in the world, crypto. And it's not even politically correct to even talk bad about it because the world is embracing it. Guys, oh my gosh. Have I told you lately you're going to be rich? Let me stop. Dog with hat, monkey with scarf, skunk with G-string, whatever you got, make sure you do your research. Dog with hat right now at 86 cents, guys. We got a fart coin. I'm not talking about that one. Wouldn't even admit if I did make millions in it. Nope, not saying it. I'll be like, no, I made millions in Bitcoin early. Not going to admit to it. Let me stop. Theta right now at 81 cents. Gotta make you want to holler at 1 cent. XTZOG at 72 cents and coming in at number 100. Made it back in the top 100. Sandbox. All right, guys, we got a lot to talk about today. Lots to talk about. All right, let's see where we at here. Okay, let's do this. I think I got everything queued up there. All right, guys, let's get right into it. You guys can see, again, we're live on X, live on IMUTV, live on YouTube, live. That's what we are, just live. I'd create a what? Okay, this is Dom. Shouts out to my man, Dom at Easy. That's what I love about Dom, man. Dom is, Phil might not take as many jabs, but Dom, man, he'll keep it a buck. Even though this is a brilliant dude, him and his brother doing a lot of things, traveling the country, a lot of positive exposure for crypto. Been speaking at Harvard and the New York Stock Exchange and all these different things. But man, I love Dom because me and him, he supports a lot of my stuff. Him and his brother both, more so him. And I like this little statement he put. He says, man, all this stuff. And, he's putting a little light on everything with a little sense of humor because obviously what's not funny is unfortunately there's been a lot of hackers hacking people's wallets. I think somebody was telling me it was like 300 million or 400 million, something like that was compromised through smart contracts and things like that. And so, guys, please be careful. When you're logging in, double, triple check, two-factor authentication, all these different things, which is why I'm looking into some things too because of all those different things. But he made a little light of, in a comical way, says, I just got hacked. Right here, let me just open it up. Where is it at? He said, I just got hacked. The hackers drained everything except for my Litecoin. They said I could keep those. I'm sorry, that's funny as hell, man. That is funny as hell. I just got hacked. The hackers took everything except for Litecoin. They was like, nah, you can keep that. Litecoin, leave us alone, man. Huh? And I came back. You know me, I always got to add, fuel to the fire. I said, I'd create a wallet with Litecoin and send them the damn seed phrase willingly so they can take it. Lord, let me stop it. Good Lord. Huh? Don't start nothing, won't be nothing, community. Huh? I'm just saying. Y'all, hey, we XRP strong up in here. Here and accounted for what's up to the chat. Breadcrumb, don't sleep on Flare networks. To do so, it would be a great mistake. I agree. Flare, don't you dare sleep on Flare. I say it every day. Don't you dare sleep on Flare. A lot of so-called influencers have done a great disservice by not covering Flare. Well, I haven't done a disservice, but I have talked about Flare back in the day. I've got a lot of different assets. Back in the day, if you guys go to our Crypto for Life page, you'll see that we used to cover a coin a day. And Flare was one of those coins. I used to do a coin a day. Then we did like a coin every couple days, a coin a week, a coin every 2 weeks. And finally, I just stopped, and I was doing like light dives on all kinds of projects, but Flare was one of them. And lately, especially with all the, it being one of my biggest holdings and just, I always tell people this. I started being extremely bullish on specifically XRP, not a maxi because I got other assets. Trust me. But the fact that once you start really seeing it's like, why are they paying? When you start asking why, start digging, it's like, bro, for you to bully this asset that much, and the more you start, I started uncovering, it was like, oh my God, this is so easy to see. Like, they're picking on them for a reason. And for them to come out victorious, again, if you haven't watched Rick from the Start, The War on Crypto by Fruition Productions, go check it out. It's at fruitionproductions.com or at Fruition Productions on X. It is a game changer. And I've watched it several times. I'm actually in it, along with a lot of my friends, Zach Rector, Molly Elmore, Jake Claver. We're all in that documentary. But it is a phenomenal documentary. And they did such a great job in getting the paperwork, just showing the facts, showing the paperwork. And that's what Jimmy Valley, who we're going to be talking about here in a little bit, was really good. But anyways, you guys get a chance, make sure you guys go check it out. Crypto for Life with your boy James, AK6AJ. Hit the like, subscribe, notification bell, all that good stuff. We'll appreciate you. Okay. No, I know you wouldn't pay me in crypto. I know you weren't, my brother. But I always like to let people know, if I see something, I'm going to respond to it. But yeah, I'm thinking about some of the others. No, that's you, my brother from another mother, huh? All good, baby boy. Smash that like button. Family, let's go. Jay put it in the work. Guys, we're going to be talking about some stuff today, huh? So let's talk about it, huh? I like how IMTUTV put this out there. He says, doom or boom? Doom or boom? XRP, for XRP. Can you imagine XRP at 15,000? Or will it never see $15? Well, tune in today, which is what we're doing today. So here's the thing, guys. That's a very good question. And look, I'm not one of those guys. I put out a post not too long ago about people talking about things they can't validate. So everything I'm talking about today is things that other people have done their research, and people I have tremendous amount of respect for. You've heard all these numbers lately with Dom and Phil over at Easy A said, $1,000 by 2030. You heard people like Jimmy Valley, which I'm going to play that video for you in a little bit, that said 15 to 22,000 by 2032. There's been some numbers even higher than that. Jimmy Valley came back and said it could go as high as, if everything was aligned up, 64,000. All these different things. So, and I know as far as like, and here's the thing that really attracted me, and is one of the things that I used to say when I first got into crypto. It's not for everybody, right? Some people don't have that kind of vision. Can you imagine? And the funny thing about it, there's people who back in the days of Bitcoin at 4 cents, at 10 cents, at $1, at $2, $3, $5, whatever the case may be, Bitcoin isn't some special dinosaur. It was just the first. And if nothing else, it's much like a dinosaur or digital gold in the sense that it's limited on what it could do. It's a store of value. But look at what it did from 4 cents to where it's at today. Now, I'm not trying to say XRP is going to get to 100,000. And I'm not saying XRP is not going to get to 100,000. What I'm saying is there's no Satoshi Nakamoto. First of all, I think that's all BS. I think it's probably a group of people, and I think the Homeland Security knows. There's actually been documentation of them saying they've interviewed the Satoshi Nakamoto group or whatever, so that's a whole nother story. But at the end of the day, what I can tell you is there is a company at the forefront of this push, which is Ripple, that's pushing this technology out there. They've got 1,700 NDA. They got all these ETFs and all these different things, guys, that could take place from ISO 20022 to BIS MICA to institutional adoption to getting their own banking license to all the different banks and different businesses around the world to all these acquisitions. There's about 8 to 10 things that are in favor of XRP, and you can hate it, you can talk. I don't really care what you do. At the end of the day, here's what I do know. There's not one asset in crypto that has so many things currently in place than XRP does. I'm sorry, it doesn't. Bitcoin doesn't have all these things because Bitcoin's had its moment and will continue to have its moment as it continues to have adoption. But ETFs happen. Used for cross-border payments ain't happening. Used for ISO 20022 ain't happening. Used for cross-border ain't happening. So there's certain things that it has in place, but there's not like a ton of like upside other than more adoption, people buying it, and it's scarce and it's 21 million. I get it, right? Very limited supply. Ethereum, what is Ethereum going to do? Ethereum 3.0, like what else is it going to do that it hasn't done? Now I know there's a lot of things that's in place, and you got this one guy, I can't think of his name right now, that's super bullish. Ethereum's going to do it, and again, more adoption, this, that, and everything else. But at the end of the day, I believe that the best for Ethereum has come. Right? Other than just more adoption, and maybe there's some other things. I mean, I get the EVM side chains and all these different variables, but there are things that are more cost effective. But when it comes to XRP and what it does, there are other things that can be utilized for payments, and we know that there's XRP is not the only one, but it's the first. It has the first movers advantage. It has a lot of things that are in place, partnerships, acquisitions, guys. It's crazy. And at the end of the day, you can sit up there and say this, and that's why I laugh at Litecoin when they throw that shade at XRP, and then you look up and it's like, okay, well, Trump didn't mention Litecoin. He didn't say Litecoin, Solana, and ADA. He said XRP, Solana, ADA. They're the ones who've been in these meetings and Beef Bourgeon and all these, however the hell you say that damn steak, and summit crypto summits and Senate hearings and this and that and all these different things that are in place, guys. But it's a lot more than that. It's not just the stuff that I'm saying. It's so much more than that I'm hearing in these conversations, and that's why I love tuning into what Zach is talking about, or what Jake Claver's talking about, or what Jimmy Valley or some of these other guys that are on a high level. And even when you get off the camera and out of this platform, there's some circles that if you get in, if the average person's not in those circles, big money people are in those circles, and big money people, man, trust me, they got lawyers, they got documentation, they're having meetings, private meetings that nobody, I mean, dude, I hear about this all the time. And I'm not talking about people with XRP like me. I'm talking about people who got, or like us, right? Or even, I would say I'm probably a little abnormal when that sense comes, but these are people who got 5, 10, 20 million people with that type of XRP. And so I'm just telling you, it's pretty extraordinary. So anyways, we're going to get into that and a lot more. Let's do it, right? We got to get on track here. Locked in. Zach Rector says, a little dip caused by the jobs revision, and now we bounce back into a full-blown bull run. Lock in. And I do believe that could be the case. There's a couple of things right now that's got the market a little bit shaken up, but we'll get into that in just a little bit. Okay, I just saw somebody put something. Oh, shouts out to my beautiful queen, Jeanette. That's my baby. Jeanette, that's my baby. True Dukel, good to see my brother. Nina Blossom is in the house. Bullish Bird, what's up, my brother? CK is in the house. That's my brother right there. I appreciate you in a major way, guys. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell. We'll appreciate you guys in a major way. Okay, let's keep it going. Smoke comes out, and I put no regrets. Brad Garlinghouse joined Ripple. He chose to focus on cross-border payments over smart contract. He saw a 20 trillion opportunity. So this is when Brad joined Ripple. He was focused on what Smoke is showing documentation. He joined October 8th, 2019. And it shows that his focus was cross-border payments. He says no regrets, 20 trillion on the table, 20 trillion plus. And it shows right here, it says one of the smart contract platform called Codius using the XRP ledger. It goes on here that says one could argue that we should have focused more on smart contracts and what happened with the Ethereum network. He says, I don't regret that. I think the payments look, you have north of 20 trillion going cross-border each year. That's huge. That's a place to be when you're selling into that. But I also think we have been so fortunate through a little, and I just love this whole thing. Like a lot of people say, well, Ripple cross-border payments. I like how Brad came back out and said, when we start off with cross-border, it's kind of like Amazon started off with books. There's so much more, and so are we. So that's what's really exciting about the things that Ripple has in place, the partnerships and all the things, even in the areas where XRP lacked, they've got these things in place now that's going to take us to the next level. I'm really excited about that. U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission comes out and says the U.S. Task Force announced it will host a public roundtable on financial surveillance and privacy on Friday, October 17th from 1 p.m. To 4 p.m. At the SEC headquarters. Let's see how that plays out, guys. Hopefully something big. Please remove the accredited investor lawsuit or revise. Different comments down there. So hopefully that'd be huge. A roundtable for crypto. We're looking forward to that. By the way, guys, Ivan Hernandez in the house. Crypto Tells. That's my man. Fishing with Camo Joe. Good to see you, my brother. So, guys, I just want to let y'all know, this is going to be my dance when the ETFs get announced. Go 6-8. Go 6-8. Remember Go 6-8, the Carlton dance? Oh God, I couldn't add no music to that because I know what I probably got banned. But yeah, I'm gonna be getting my Carlton on, baby. I'm gonna be with the wife like, go 6-8, go 6-8. Okay, a little humor before we move on. Let's keep it going. Things are so different now, guys. Things are so different now, and that's what me and Mikkel were talking about this morning. Things are so different now in this crypto space. My God. Oh my God, I hope you got it together, man. I hope it's no more of that. Oh my God, hope you, man. Look, man, get it together because it's about to go crazy. White House says ending all unnecessary regulations for Bitcoin and crypto. White House says it's ending all unnecessary regulations, basically all that shikaka, all that crap we went through with the. It's so funny. I knew this was going to happen. I even sat back and I said, I bet you when this lawsuit is over, everybody else is going to get the benefit of not going through what the Ripple community XRP army went through. We went through hell for 4 years and 8 months. Hell, go watch Rick from the start, the war on crypto. And I said, as soon as it's over, all of a sudden everybody's going to get a free pass. Oh, we're going to just end all unnecessary regulation for Bitcoin and crypto. I'm telling you, man, they put Ripple and XRP through that crap for a reason, to stifle, to hold it back. It's just like Brad Garlinghouse said. He said, man, it's like a basketball, holding a basketball underwater or a spring that's been compressed down. It's going to pop, but it's all about positioning for them. It's all about positioning. It's too many things in place. But I knew this was, I said it's going to happen. I said, as soon as the lawsuit ends, all of a sudden everybody's going to get a free freaking pass. Look at all the stuff with the Haktua girl and the guy from what's the guy, something Hart from the, what's that damn coin, Hex? Yeah, everybody got a free pass. Everybody got a free pass except for Ripple. And even the pending lawsuits got dropped quick. We had to, ours didn't even get dropped quick. It was like drop, appeal. Wait a minute. Let's see what. Oh God, let's keep it going. In 2017, XRP soared 64,000%. I kept saying 17, 15. No, it was more than I saw a guy talking about it this morning. 64,000%. From less than like a half a penny to $3 or something. Crazy. 64,000%. And I said, with none of the things that it has in place now, none of them, just a lot of speculation, everything, none of the things. Can you imagine? I said, what potential? And this is where people don't understand. Well, it doesn't. And if you take the potential and all the things they have in place, and then you add in Zach Rector, which a lot of people are using Zach Rector, some of the philosophies and things he's talking about, how it takes a little to move a lot. Like people look at market cap. It doesn't take what people think it takes to move the market cap to the levels that will get this asset to a certain level. But 64,000%. And my question is, what potential does XRP have if all those things, all these things that we know that are in place line up? What happens? If we can go 64, if we could do half of that, if we could do a quarter of that, 64,000%? 32,000? Huh? 16,000%? 8,000%? Y'all starting to get it, huh? So many will miss it. So many will cut it. Oh, I just can't believe that. I don't care if Bitcoin went from 4 cents to 124,000. I can't believe anything else can do that. Nope, not XRP because it's got too many coins and market. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, your ass sit there and you sit there on the unemployment line, keep talking that crap. Okay, let's move on. Okay, Smoke says XRPL positioned to lead the 867 trillion RWA tokenization wave. Real world assets tokenization wave. This is huge, huge. And they're already doing it in certain countries. What was it? I don't know. I don't think it was Japan, Korea. One of those places where their real estate is, or something like that, is all on the XRPL. I can't think of the country, but it just came out. I think I covered it yesterday. As of August 2025, only 26 billion in real-world assets (RWA) are tokenized across all blockchains. 26 billion. There's 864 trillion. And your ass is trying to figure out, can XRP hit $10? You better wake up. You better wake up because somebody in your family going to slap the hell out of you. You didn't get it. You were talking about market cap? You're stupid. Let me stop. Good Lord, huh? Y'all stop it. This is coffee. Y'all pray for me. Let's move on. Lord have mercy. Who's up in here? Did I get everybody? I did. Much love. I appreciate it. Nestforce, what's up, my brother? All right, guys, let's keep it going. XRPL is documented as a prime platform for RWA tokenization, real-world assets. Guys, 867 trillion. My God, don't you want a little bit of that? Poquito. Let me stop. Okay, experts, including the Digital Asset Council of Financial Professionals, named the XRPL a top contender. Not one of those ones. A top contender. Kind of like Trump did when he put it up on Truth Social, right? To tokenize global assets. This is all documented below. Okay, we got it right here, guys. Documentation beats conversation. Total real world assets currently, 26 billion. That's nothing. Okay, while the World Economic Forum estimates that tokenization could target up to 867 trillion in financial assets, representing nearly all global assets, settlements and payments involving these assets amount to hundreds of trillions in value. How much? Says much of which can be replatformed by on-chain rails. Crazy. Wouldn't you like a little bit of that? The XRPL's robust infrastructure supports institutional-grade financial applications, making it a prime platform for RWA tokenization. A pivotal step in our journey, investors will soon be able to, I skipped this. Bringing tokenized T-bills to the XRP ledger marks a pivotal step in our journey. Investors will be able to mint T-bill token via stablecoins, including Ripple USD, set to launch later this year. What makes it all move? 3 letters. A growing number of players are building tokenization infrastructure. Some of the most visible include XRP Ledger. There's some other ones here. Ethereum, Solana, Avalanche, Polygon, XRP Ledger. Ripple is positioning the XRP Ledger as the blockchain for blockchain institutional finance with a focus on global payments. Ripple ETFs ambitions are part of a broader tokenization push. Ripple has also applied for a U.S. bank charter and has done everything, made all kinds of acquisitions to make sure they put themselves there. You're damn straight. I still want to crunch numbers on the XRP burn mechanism and what the burn rate would be at 10% of Swiss transaction. Maybe supply shock we don't see coming. Come on now. Nestforce knows that brother's smart as hell. Lloyd says, Chew ain't lying. Facts. Got old cassette tapes. Remember cassette tapes? Well, we thought we were wrong when we had cassette tapes. Remember that? When they had 8 tracks and we got the cassettes, CDs, we were like, oh my God. Now nobody has them. So you see CDs are like, throw out like squirrels in the yard or something. X Lloyd, it's sad, but I saw, okay, let's keep it going. What is real Matrix? Good to see you, my brother. All right, let's keep it going, guys. I got so much to talk about. Oh my gosh. Okay, Monica Long comes out and says FIs want to offer crypto trading to their customers. Whoa! This is precisely the type of service we can help them deliver with Ripple Custody. Excited for the next chapter of our partnership with BBVA in Spain. It's happening. What? And I actually put this out in a little bit. It says Ripple comes out and puts Ripple custody. We're expanding our partnership with BBVA, bringing our institutional grade digital asset custody technology to Spain. BBVA is responding to growing customer demand for crypto assets with Ripple providing a secure and compliant custody solution. Gotta love it. Love what you hold. Know what you hold, guys. Oh God, I had such a crazy conversation yesterday. I wish I could tell you. I can't tell you who it was with. They know who they are, and I can't tell you what it was about. But I can tell you right now. Something big is happening. Oh Lord, I wish I don't want to be like BitBoy. I know something, man, but I know something, and I wish I can say it, but I can't. I promised, and I'm gonna keep my damn promise. But I tell you what, my God, if you know, I'm gonna because I can't even talk about another story because it'll make you think about that story. But all I can tell you is, man, my God, yeah, that's all I got to say about that. I wish I could say more, but there's some math, man. It's not if but when. That's all I can tell you. It's not if but when, and this is not a couple homebase talking. No, it's not if but when. All right, let's move on. Could XRP treasury companies send it? Now this is all in crypto. Actually, reposted this his discussion with Paul Barron. Could XRP treasury companies be the next wave after similar ETH strategies? The chances are looking pretty good as VTHO Power expands to XRP yield programs, and Weebus signs for a 300 million XRP focused corporate treasury. A minute and 59
realize
seconds. Minute and 59 seconds. Let's check it out.
Realize that was the case. Did you know that?
I didn't. I know that there's very high trading volumes in South Korea. And just to mention, South Korea as a nation is exceptionally good at adopting innovative technology. They're usually ahead. If you look at technologies, certainly that have came about in my lifetime, South Korea have always been early adopters. So it's no surprise really that they're kind of adopting XRP in the manner that they are. It's interesting that you mentioned
They're typically early adopters before things boom. And it's what do you say? It's not surprising to me. They've already adopted XRP ahead of the wave. Come on now, listen to what he said. You paying attention?
500 million in regards to where you think VTHO Power can get. Is Trident Digital Tech Holdings not planning on a 500 million sort of purchase and strategy also?
Well, that's my point. Is you've got this bit of race occurring in the DATs right now, the treasury companies. My question is whether or not these will actually be the leaders. If you look at ETH, it's BMNR without a doubt. They've started to go well ahead of what SBET is doing, which is SharpLink Gaming. That's Joseph Lubin versus BMNR, which is Tom Lee. Yep. Then you have VTHO, which is kind of leading the space right now. Do you anticipate that we'll see kind of a new, we'll call it an XRP race to hold more treasury? Is that coming as we get more clarity in the regulatory frameworks?
Yeah, I believe so. I think if you look at what MicroStrategy did for Bitcoin, if you take what MicroStrategy accumulated off of Bitcoin supply, it actually made Bitcoin deflationary. Pretty remarkable, right? Yeah. And I think these XRP treasury companies are going to very much do a similar thing. And I think once you get that regulatory clarity, you might start to see some big kind of acquisitions and things like this take place in the United States that already have a lot of capital sat on the side that dominate that arena. I mean, if you look at your BMNR and your sort of Joe Lubin, what he's doing with his Ethereum strategy.
Mm-hmm.
Big things coming. Big things coming. XRP, you gotta love it. Okay, U.S. payrolls revised down by 911,000 jobs, the greatest cut in history. Bullish? I would say so. All right, let's keep on. For us, by us, baby. You gotta love it. SHKK. What are we talking about? Chicago Coin, guys, dealing with a lot of things that we got going in the entertainment movie industry. It's a community asset. For those of you guys who don't know, that's my background. Been doing it for some time. Really excited about a movie that's getting ready to come out next year. This the second part will be filmed. The second part will be filmed this month, later this month. and they're mentioning our asset Chicago in the movie, so we're really excited about that. Getting people on the sets of some of these movies, maybe even involved with these movies, is going to be absolutely incredible. You want more information? Go to our site. You can see our team. It's a lot of people that you know, like Melissa Will Be Free, Optimistic Prime. A lot of others are up in here. Reverend Rich is up in here. Guys, make sure you guys go check it out and go over to our Chicago Coin X page, which is at Chicago Coin. Let's move on. Let's do it. All right, for us buyers, baby, you gotta love it. What? Such an amazing meme. I love it. All right, guys. They continue. We know who they is. Continue to use BTC to control and manipulate the crypto space, guys. As soon as something good happens, what do? Let's move it down some and keep everybody's asses calm down. Can't wait for the day assets like XRP and other altcoins, not just XRP, other altcoins, detach themselves from Bitcoin once that utility kicks in. That's a fact. All right, digital asset investor comes out and says XRP now weighted at 14%. In April 2022, XRP wasn't even weighted. You're going to see those Bitcoin and Ethereum numbers come down more and more. What am I talking about? The Bloomberg Galaxy Crypto Index August 2025 target weighs came out. And guess what? XRP's on there, baby, huh? At the number 3 spot. Wasn't even on there prior. Everybody else got a prior percentage, not XRP. Huh? But you know what it is, man. We coming in with a boom. That lawsuit is over. Now they got us on there. And I put it, like I said right here, in my Drake voice. Wasn't on the crypto index. Now we here. Wasn't on the crypto index. Now we here. I don't know how the hell that would go. Good Lord, huh? Y'all stop it. It didn't rhyme, whatever. Let's keep it going. Not losing my nuts. This was to a guy. Now, guys, this to a guy who I talked about yesterday, who came out. I guess he made a comment. Yeah, I hate when people try to rationalize the stupid crap that they say. So this is when Charles Hopkins, if you guys remember this yesterday, this guy comes down and goes, Charles Hopkins now explains ADA will flip XRP and BTC. He never said a damn thing about XRP, but this guy said it. So when I called him out and I put this above here, I said he never said XRP. He knows better. They're not the same. And I hold ADA. I'm not throwing any shade on ADA. Stop adding words to titles when that's not what people are saying, making up crap. This is exactly the problem in the crypto space. He came back and said, he said BTC and XRP is under BTC. XRP ain't under a damn thing. It's on the damn chart as a number 3 asset, but it ain't under nothing. BTC is ranked higher, but it still doesn't allow anyone to go back and say, he said XRP. Did he? I want y'all to listen to it. Did you hear XRP anywhere in there?
In 7 years' time since Cardano launched, we went from nothing to an 11-figure network.
I agree.
With millions of people.
Yes, sir.
And the largest research group in the world.
I hold it.
Passion of the young people.
I like ADA. Yep.
And in another decade's time, we'll be larger than Ethereum. And in another decade's time, we'll be larger than Bitcoin.
It's
in another
possible.
decade's time, the majority of governments in the world will run on our infrastructure.
Okay, that's a little far-fetched. But at the end of the day, I'm just saying, it could be. Who knows? The bottom line is, he didn't say XRP. And so this guy said, I don't quote anything. Why are you losing your nuts on this? I said, I ain't losing a damn thing, let alone my nuts. It's called being honest and quoting what's actually being said. He never said XRP. Stop making up things that fit your narrative. You lose credibility when you don't stick to the facts and say/quote things that aren't true. Just to make your point. It's ignorant, and it makes those reading feel you have no credibility. Facts. And that's basically, hey man, I'm from Brooklyn. We'll fact check your ass in a minute. Let's keep it going. World markets, it's one of the largest industries with the smallest community. X Lloyd, huh? Check, huh? Microphone check 1 2. What is this? X Lloyd in the house with the details on the business. All right, let's keep it going. Well Insider says just in XRP reclaims 180 billion market cap. You damn straight. XRP back at number 3. LTC back down to number 1. Don't throw jabs, baby. I can do this all day. Don't tell them, show them. Don't tell them I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. As soon as I get my XRP and my crypto on track, don't tell them a damn thing. Just go out there and show them. That's my motto. We already shared this already. Ripple doing big things. Whoa. Coinbarrel says Standard Chartered now expects the Fed to cut rates by 50 BPS. 50 BPS. I said, whoa. That's what crypto would like. Bada boom, bada bing. All right, let's keep it going. I appreciate it. Let's go. What am I talking about? Nate Garassi says, if that's how you say it, SEC Crypto Task Force met today with several COS to discuss convergence of crypto and AI. Read this. We'll keep saying, I don't think people fully appreciate how fast things are moving, and that's a fact. Guys, I said it before. Start it slow, ending quick. Started from the bottom, now we here. Big things are happening. I'm not going to read through all this, but if you guys want, make sure you guys go on my X and read this thread here and check out why Nate Garassi is so damn excited. Let's keep it going. Okay, fun fact. Caffeine is bad for you. Fat is bad for you. Sugar is bad for you. But don't worry because worrying is bad for you. That's funny as I said. True as hell. Huh? You sit up there. I remember who it was. I think it was Keanu Reeves or something came out and he said, you know, don't do this and don't do that. And he said, man, my mom's like 80 years old and still small. 85. He said some crazy number like that. He said, man, you know, and I don't. I mean, you definitely want to be happy. Be healthy. That's for sure. All right. Anyways, move on. Of course it is. Now, guys, I shared this with you guys before, but it's an oldie. But damn it, I got to stick to this. I got to stick to this because this is going to segue into what I got to talk about with Jimmy Valley and those guys. Could it happen? Is it possible? Huh? Who are they talking about? See, all these things line up. It's not just Brad coming out saying, because I could put the Brad video up, 14% of Swift in 5 years. Now we've even had the guy, the one gentleman came out and said, the guy that was on the cover of Forbes, that was on Paul Barron's show, he said, I think those are conservative. 14% is conservative. It's going to be a lot more than that. Okay, well, hey, I'm not going to sit up there and say anything other than Brad did. He said it. But at the end of the day, who are they talking about in the, the Wall Street little room of all the rich guys? Who are they talking about? Just Bitcoin and Ethereum? Let's see.
Into this. The Ripple ETF or XRP ETF approval odds right now on Polymarket hovering at around 86%. So one of its highest points, but it looks like this is going to happen. What is the likelihood of the timing for this right now?
I would guess that XRP would probably be this year. Either Eric or James from Bloomberg simply said, well, if there's futures at Coinbase, then you probably get an ETF in 2025.
If there's futures at Coinbase, check. You'll probably have an XRP ETF in 2025. That is a game changer. I don't care what the haters say. That's a game changer. And you know what, Lloyd, you're right. You don't hear you don't hear any of the XRP representatives speaking negatively about any. Brad says even through doing the worst part of Operation Choke Point 2.0, even before Trump and all this. I remember going back like a year or whatever ago. He said, I hold Ethereum. I hold Bitcoin. Had nothing negative to say about nobody. And all they do is throw shade. He don't got to say it because I'm telling you, those of us who hold our assets, see, you got to, some of us, man, I'm from Brooklyn, man. We'll talk about it. Don't start no be nothing. But see, Litecoin want to throw those jabs. We're going to keep on throwing jabs back. Me, Dom, a lot of people. We're not going to have that. You're not going to talk crap. We came too far. We came too far. And at the end of the day, the end results will show what they show. But I'm not one of those guys. I'm gonna let you sit there, spray me down with water, and I'm not gonna say nothing. Be cool. Hell no. All right, let's keep it going.
Your statement at that time was $5 billion in the first month.
Damn straight.
Are you still holding to that? Do you think that's a possibility?
Are you still holding to that? Is it possible?
I really am. I would say after Bitcoin, XRP is probably the most well-known on Wall Street.
Wait, did he say, no, he meant Ethereum. No, he meant Litecoin.
That's a possibility?
I really am. I would say after Bitcoin.
Litecoin? Ethereum? Huh? Skunk G-string coin?
XRP is probably the most well-known on Wall Street and on finance circles. And then ETH is actually probably number 3. So if you think about it that way, I do believe that XRP could potentially outperform ETH just from pure financial services.
We might see XRP surpass ETH later this year or beginning of next year, guys. I hope you know what you hold. Greatest family on planet Earth, EARF. Crypto for life, Chicago Coin family, XRP Army. This is for you. Let's do it.
This one, come on, does it like it is. Got them switching gears in Ferrari with the 10s. On some bullet shit, stop crying, start buying, getting bags. I ain't lying. Money multiplying, call it rocket science. I'm so tired of this crypto control. You already know, basing let money go. Swimming in the dough, SEC gets exposed. Tomorrow's the day we gon' blow.
Okay, enough of that. Let's get back to it. Shouts out to my man Crypto Tales in the house. That's my brother right there, huh? All right, let's keep it going. Alex Cobb says, market is coming back. You're damn straight. As soon as it start ticking up, what did Bitcoin do? Huh? Manipulation. Ain't gonna stop nothing. I'll bet you all my XRP right now, any of you, right now, that the price will be somewhere between $3 and $100K in years to come. That's about the safest I could put it, huh? There's a little comedy in that, meaning that somewhere between $3 and $100,000 in years to come. Now, I might lose that bet if it's above 100,000, but I don't think nobody gonna be mad. Oh Lord, let's keep it going. Raw Powell, what does old Raw say? What did Raw say? What did Raw say? I call him Raw. We homies like that. Let me stop. XRP in the process of full porting. Full porting. Don't F this up. That's what he meant. Let's keep it going. I got a long show. If you're in crypto, I'm rooting for you, damn straight. Just a percentage of the 117 trillion tokenization opportunity changes everything for XRP. My man Smoke comes out. Stocks are 117 trillion. Market opportunity for tokenizations. Just stocks, baby. We're not talking about that 857,000 or 1,000, good Lord, 857 trillion. Another 117 trillion? Or is that just part of it? I don't know. But Bitwise comes out and says why the impact of price may start now. The primary reason is that the market for tokenization is enormous. Enormous. I'm not going to get too much of that because I can see I got like 10 minutes left. We're going to move on. If you guys want to check that out, make sure you guys come over and check out that thread. Okay. They say no. We know. They say no. One really knows. I say BS. They all know. They all know. They don't got to talk about it. I know they're out there accumulating. I know they got things in place. It's just, hey guys, look, at the end of the day, they can say what they want to say. We know, huh? They say a picture speaks 1,000 words. Well, here's a few letters, XRP. Brad G, huh? Is that the only crypto guy in the whole room with all those banking institutions? You're damn straight. Let's move on. All right, we got a long one, guys. The XRP evaluation, that's what we're talking about today, guys. A review on Jimmy Valley. XRP price potential by 2030, $15,000 to $22,000. Is it possible? Let's see what Jimmy Valley had to say about that.
Corporate valuation, when you're valuing companies to use discounted cash flows, you're basically forecasting what the future cash flows are of the business and then applying discount factors to risk weight, that potential investment. And, the idea is that if you can buy that thing for less than what the implied future value is, then that's a good investment, right? Or if you have to overpay, it's not as good. So, I think looking at the football field, let's go back. That, depending on, the assumptions, you were looking at anywhere from 12.2 thousand, from 15,000 to almost 22,000. From 15,000 to almost 22,000. From 15,000 to almost 22,000.
Sheesh, 15,000 to 22,000. Now, guys, this is a clip of the actual video. We're going to play the rest of this, and I'm going to go over here and show you guys the video right now.
Based on how much of the global transaction flow went through the XRPL.
Now, add a little tokenization. Add some add a lot. Guys, look, he was talking about a particular thing.
Based on how much of the global transaction flow went through the XRPL.
Add a little SWIFT. Add a little ETF. Huh? Add tokenization. My God, what could happen? So, guys, if you guys want to listen to this in its entirety, it's right here. I'll play a little bit of it. We got to get up out of here in a minute, but I want you guys to hear some of the stuff that Jimmy's talking about. Let's check it out.
Okay, so Jimmy, let's go with the Anthony and Michnik model.
Okay.
If you could talk a little bit about that, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. So,
guys, you can see this whole interview. This is actually the third time Jimmy has been on, and the second time that we talked about the XRP evaluation. This was Molly and him reached out to me and said they want to do a reevaluation, which is this part right here. So this is what you're listening to right now. It's about 9 months ago. So right around the time that everything changed with Trump and everything, we had this prior to, I believe, the big boom. But and he had actually requested for us to have that meeting before when we had Rick from the start, and we were in Los Angeles at the premiere of Rick from the Start. We were all out there, and he said, "Jay, we want to come back on the show. We got some different numbers." And those numbers in that video that you see right here, if you go watch that video, gets up to $60-something thousand. Now, if you go over to our first evaluation, the numbers were more along the lines of what we are talking about now, which is in here. I don't know how far it is. I'm not going to make you guys wait to go all the way down in there, but it was I can't think of the first one. But anyways, so if you guys get a chance, make sure you guys go to the last one. It's about 9 months ago, and this is what he's covering here. And he goes through everything. I think in this particular segment here, he even goes as low as like in the immediate like $30-something. Let's check it out.
that model was published. So Susan Athey and Robbie Michnik, I think most people in the community know who they are. Susan was a board member at Ripple. back in the day. I'm not sure if she still is. And Robbie did his graduate studies at Stanford with Susan in her class.
You're talking about a lot of smart people. You're not talking about Pookie. You're not talking about my cousin Junebug. You're not talking about some dude on X screaming some prices out there. He figured out, and he used to work at McDonald's. You're not talking about somebody who used to work at Chuck E. Cheese 2 years ago. You're talking about attorneys, financial advisors, graduates, Harvard people, just some of the smartest people in space. They have done their research and came up with these numbers predicated off of if everything lines, just like when Jake Claver comes out and says, "Oh, it could hit these numbers by the beginning of January." He again, what was his out? If everything aligns the way it's supposed to, right? Now, will those things happen? We'll see. Shouts out to Daniel R. Smith, brother. I appreciate you, my man. You're a goat as well. Thank you, my brother. Shouts out to Marlon Goodman. Anybody else in here before we continue on? Edward Fulowski. Did we get everybody in here? Make sure I shout my family out. That's what's most important. Jose in the house. Too Blessed in the house. Nina Blossom in the house. Big Bro in the house. I feel like rapping. Good Lord. 6'8" in the house. Good Lord, let me stop. How that's the damn coffee. Y'all pray for me. Let's keep it going.
So in 2018, I want to say June of 2018, they published a model that valued XRP and Bitcoin. It'd be good to go back and look at. Anyway, the value in that paper back in 2018, based on the assumptions they made, which looked at both store of value and use of XRP and Bitcoin as a transactional commodity, was, I think, XRP that had value between $8 and $32 back in 2018.
Back in 2018, which would be some immediate price points.
I don't remember what they would have valued Bitcoin. I'm going to go back and look after this. Because now I'm curious, what has Bitcoin exceeded what they thought it was going to be valued at? So we basically took those endpoints, those inputs that they had in the model, and recreated the model in Excel. There was a calculator that was on the internet. Somebody had gone and built, like Dr. Buckus had built his calculator for the pipeline flow model. Someone had gone and basically generated a web-based calculator. So we were able to plug certain assumptions in and get inputs. There's been many shows in the XRP, YouTube community done looking at that calculator. We were able to recreate that in Excel. Will Harrison, who was on the committee, is an investment banker, and we worked together to basically recreate it in Excel, and we were able to get, with the same inputs, we were able to match up to what that calculator, that web-based calculator, would generate. And then we put in, kind of the different assumptions that we had in 22. It's 4 years later, and the adoption of digital assets was more clear where it was headed than it was in 2018, when they wrote that paper. So, yeah.
And we've continued to progress. Even when Jimmy Valley came out on my show 9 months ago and gave these numbers, remember, there's a lot of things that now that are being talked about, tokenization of, real world assets and all these different things. He even said, he goes, the numbers that we're stating now could be so much higher if certain other things played out. And guys, I'm telling you right now, somewhere in this video, he mentioned $60-something thousand. Hopefully we get to this before I got to go.
Yeah, we had some using their inputs and their model. We got some pretty big numbers. So depending on, if you look at the football field, if it was like a quadrillion in value, it implied a $9,000 XRP, and it also was one of the lower at 100 trillion. Going through it was $908. So,
wow.
We're not there.
So you got some some numbers from 8 to 32, 9 to 9,000. But if you listen to this whole thing, it gets into the 15 to 22,000 and even upwards towards 60,000. If you guys get a chance, make sure you guys go check this out. It's some phenomenal information by some brilliant people in this space. If you haven't gone through and seen the XRP evaluation, go to X. You should be able to go before we get up out of here. I'm gonna show you how to find that. Go in here. You can put in Molly. I think it's Molly Elmore. Is it Marlowe now? Molly Marlowe XRP valuation. and that should pull it up. Let's see. Yeah, it might not have been Marlo at the time. Let's see if I can pull it up here. But that might be part of it right here. This is actually part of it, I think. This was shared by XRP Lion, who's been on the show as well. But the whole document is actually on Molly's page. I don't know if I could just go to Molly's page and find it. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna find it this way. Let's see. That's part of it right there too. So here's Molly. Okay, so hold on. Maybe this is it right here. This could be it. Okay, this might be. Okay, this is it. So if you go here to Molly Marlowe, if you guys want to read over it, it was put out June 7th, 2023. I believe that might have been the right around the time that we did the first. They first came on my show, Molly, Jimmy Val, and all those guys, and we talked about the valuation, the XRP valuation at that time. But it actually, the whole breakdown is right here. So you guys are interested in reading through this and seeing some of the price points they were talking about then. I think at that time, it went as high as 20-something thousand, 21, 22, 23,000. Then they came back, and when Rick from the Start, the War on Crypto came out, they reached out to me. Molly did, and then Jimmy as well. And at the premiere in LA, they said, James, we want to come back on. We got some different numbers. And even in that time 9 months ago, they said, look, these numbers could be so much bigger if certain things played out and other things were put into those equations as far as the factors. So, look, guys, tokenization, ETFs, ISO 200, Swift, all these different things, guys, could send this thing skyrocketing. So I'm going to get up out of here. I'm actually already over my damn hour. But I like this right here by, guys, I'm going to cover. Hopefully, Niall, I hope you don't get too mad, brother. I'm going to be a little bit over my thing here. Supposed to stay on track, but I like this right here with DAI. Shouts out to Digital Asset Buy. He says, I think there'll be a day where you won't be able to get XRP. I love this. This is DAI.
I think there will be a day when you won't be able to get XRP. I think there will be a day when you won't be able to get XRP.
And there's a whole video on this. Obviously, it's a little older because he was talking about the SEC, the lawsuit, and all those things, which is over now. But that's a strong statement, and that's something that's kind of resonating with a lot of people. Their opinions that one day you may look up, and the abilities you have now to grab it, the abilities that you had back in the day may not be the case once some of these things play out where people can just go grab it off of exchanges. There may be a day we can't do that, and that's another factor. So, guys, there's a lot of things getting ready to happen. We appreciate you guys that made your way. I said, dear self, I promise you, dear self, I promise you, you won't regret it. All that time, it felt like we were alone. Dear self, I promise you, you won't regret it. Guys, I got to get out of here because I'm over my hour. Hopefully, you got enough out of that. But if you want more information, if you want to check out this video with Jimmy Valley, go over to our Crypto for Life page. It's here. It was about 9 months ago, so you don't have to scroll through everything. All you got to do is go back 9 months. I believe it was 9 months ago, right? And it's right here. The XRP evaluation reunion. It's the second part of what we had done before. And actually, from what I understand with Jimmy, they want to come back on again. Maybe we'll talk about, another reunion with some of the things that they know now. So I'm waiting to hear back from Jimmy on that. And I know he had said he has some other things to talk about. So I got to get off. I got a call with Zach Rector and a couple other guys. But I appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Thank you guys so much for your support. I think I called everybody's name out. So since we're at a crunch time right now, I'm not going to get into the names. But we appreciate you guys. We love you guys. I will give you guys this before we go. Have I told you lately that I love you? Crypto for Life, Chicago Coin Family, XRP Army, and IMU TV. This is for you. Real quick now. Let's do it.
I've been better off now. You selling at a loss, not caring what it costs. I ain't when it drop, waiting for the flip flop to the tip top. While you watching TikToks on my new wristwatch.
Come on.
Vegas crypto meetup. Hello, nice to meet you. Shower DAI like we do it all the time. Did a show with Lady E in the bag, man, the next night. More party, so you know we had to take flight. So many years.
Word to the wise, don't drink liquid Vietnamese coffee and go live. You might get in trouble.
And there's still no cheers. If you're selling, then I'm still all in. What do you do when your freedom is an illusion? How high will it go when the XRP get the moving?
Come on!
It's amusing when you know that you ain't losing. Going back to go back, now I'm choosing. Which one? Bag it up. This one? Bag it up.
Appreciate you guys who made your way. We'll see you guys mañana. And until then, it's your boy James, a.k.a. 68J. Peace. Greatest family on planet Earth. EARF.
Yeah.